Now we come to step 8, another scary step for many people. But step 8 says, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Once again, we pick up pen and pencil. As a matter of fact, step 4 might help you as you pick up pen and pencil to do step 8. So some people burn step 4 after they do a step 5, but other people recommend that you not burn it, that you hold on to it, and that will help you as you enter into step 8. So as you enter into step 8, now you want to make a list of all persons you have harmed and become at least willing to make amends to them all. Okay, so now you're writing down a list of the people you have harmed. Now remember, this is you doing the people you have harmed. We're not talking about the people that harmed you. We understand that they may have been wrong and you may have been wrong, but you're cleaning up your side of the street. So you're making a list of the people you have harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. And God knows that when we're in our addictions, we harm quite a few people. One of the biggest lies that people say to themselves is, I ain't hurt nobody but myself. This ain't hurt nobody but me. My children didn't even know. My family didn't know what I was doing. I always went to work. I was always there for my children's baseball game. I was always there when my daughter danced. Well, you may have been there and not been there at the same time. Because we can be there physically, but not there emotionally. But I'm not going to go into all that. This is you're writing down the people that you know that you have harmed. You're going to make a list of the people that you have harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. I used to be a lady in the group I was in, and she used to get up and say, those amens are something. Those amens? Oh, Lord, those amens are hard. Those amens? And I would just laugh because she always had a way of saying amens. But what it highlights to me is the fact that this step does not say become willing to say you're sorry to them all. It says become willing to make amends to them all. And making amends is very different than just saying I am sorry. So what we want to do is take pen and pencil and begin to make that list of those people that we have harmed. How have I harmed people in the sexual arena? What have I done? How have I harmed people financially? Have I stolen? Have I lied? Have I manipulated? How have I harmed people physically? Have I been in fight and done things I ought not have done? How have I harmed people spiritually? Write that down. How have I harmed people in my family? How have I harmed people just by being somewhere as an example? Maybe I was supposed to be a leader. Where did I lead people? I write it down. I get it all down on paper. I make a list of all people I have harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. But I'm not going to think about how I'm going to make amends or when I'm going to make amends or which way I'm going to make amends. That's not what I'm doing right now. I'm just becoming willing to make amends to them all. Let's get it down on paper. Let's write it down. How have I harmed people? What have I done? You see, this step, again, is going to help to free me. This step is going to cause me to become, again, a part of the human race. This step acknowledges that even though there was a reason for my misbehavior, there's no excuse for it. The reason may be that I had a biological imbalance. The reason may be that I have an allergy. The reason may be that this disease caused me to do some things that if I didn't have this disease, I wouldn't do it. Well, you know, that reasoning is okay, but I can't make an excuse for the things I've done and act like it didn't hurt people. Yeah, you know, I am responsible. I've heard a lot of people say one of the things about going to a 12-step meeting, people always saying, I am an addict and my name is this and I am an addict and my name is that. And as long as they can say that they're an addict, that gives them like, you know, a doorway to get away from responsibility. That means, well, I'm an addict. That's why I did this. And I'm an addict. And that's why I did that. But I see it the other way around. Once you admit what your problem is, you become more responsible for the things you've done. And you need to do something about them. It's like I heard someone say one time, if you come into a doctor's office not knowing you're a diabetic, and you go out knowing you're a diabetic, with the information telling you how to eat, how to take the insulin, you are now more responsible for what happens in your life and in the life of the people that love you. So when I came in, I didn't know I was powerless. When I came in, I didn't know I had some insane thoughts. When I came in, I didn't really look at my defects of character. But now that I'm here now, I realize I have shortcomings. I realize I have defects of character. I realize that there will come times where I may not have a mental defense against my addiction. I realize these things now. And now that I realize them, I need to write down the people that I have hurt and I have harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. All. Even the ones that have done something to me, because this is my 12-step work. Maybe they have some things they need to make some amends about and some things they need to do. That's not my problem right now. I need to make amends concerning the people I have hurt and what I have done. I become willing to make amends to them all. And when I think about amends, like I said, I think about more than just saying I'm sorry. Amends is not just about saying I'm sorry. I don't know if it's correct interpretation from the dictionary, but I think about mending something. When something is torn apart, you have to mend it back together and bring it together. So to make amends means that I do whatever I can to try to make it right. Now, some things will never be right. There are some things I cannot undo. There are some things that it just can't be done. It's impossible. But those things that I can make amends about, I try my best to. You know, when I was in my addictions, I hurt a stepchild of mine very badly. And after years and years and years in recovery, one of the things that still bothered me was the fact that this stepchild was hurt deeply. And I used to see the stepchild periodically, and I would go to him and say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I would go say that to him over and over and over again. But here recently, I saw the stepchild, and I went to him again, and I told him specifically some of the things that I had done. And then I explained to him how I knew it may have made him feel when I've done them. And then I said to him, if you need me to do anything to help you in your process because of the damage that I helped cause, I'll do anything. If you get in counseling, I'll ride hundreds of miles to come to your counseling service so we can talk. If you need finances, I'll come to try to help with the finances, to help you to deal with it. Whatever it takes. As a matter of fact, I had even stolen some money. And what did I have to do? I had to pay him back with interest. To me, that's what amends is about. Amends is not just going to say, I'm sorry. Amends is doing something about being sorry. They told the old joke about, excuse me for saying, they said Paleface was around the Native Americans. And he saw that the Native Americans were really humane, really spiritual, really loving people. And one day he came into the chief's teepee and he fell down crying. He said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what we did to you. I'm so sorry we took your land. And the chief just looked at him and just looked at him. And after he got up, the chief said, now give us back our land. I'm not going into no political correctness or any such thing as that right now. But I do know that amends means doing more than saying, I am sorry. And so what I do is I make a list of those people, and then I get before my higher power and check out my willingness to make amends. Am I willing to make amends? And from that point, we move on, of course, to step 9.